Hey VC, this is Jonathan, the cheap and cheerful record collector. Having some technical issues the past couple of weeks, so hopefully this will work a little better for you. Been a lot of snow here in Maine, so I haven't had a chance to go out and do a lot of digging recently. But went out today, and actually about a week or so ago, I went out and got a number of things. Today I went out again and scored really big, so I thought I'd make a quick video and show you what I picked up. Went out to Goodwill about a week or two ago and had a whole bunch of Waylon Jennings albums. So I couldn't say no for $1 each. I love that classic country. First one I got was called The Taker. Hadn't seen this before. Turns out it's a made in France, a French pressing, which is sort of cool. Also, they had the one and only Waylon Jennings in stereo, RCA Camden, so that's a great way. And as they say, Waylon Jennings is a guy that who loves to sing, so you gotta agree with that. This is the American version of that, or the U.S. version of that other one I had, The Taker. This is now called The Taker and Tulsa. So totally different songs on them, but for some reason they use the same name. Also, Only the Greatest, Waylon Jennings on RCA. This is 1968, so good year for that classic country stuff. And the last one, Waylon Jennings album I got was the classic The Ramblin' Man. I think this is 74, yeah, late 70s, mid 70s, I mean. Great stuff. So I figured for $4 or $5 I got a whole collection of Waylon Jennings albums, so that's always a good thing. Picked this up also for $1 because, as you know, my whole thing is $5 and under. I think you can build a great record collection. You don't have to go out and spend $18, $20, $30, $40 on a new vinyl. You got the time and energy to put into it. Keep digging, you'll find stuff. This I picked up. I haven't played it yet because I haven't cleaned it yet. But I love the cover so much, I just had to have it in my collection. Xavier Cugat plays Continental Hits. Love that cover, man. It's just so cool. So, even if I listen to it once or twice, it's worth $1. Also, a band everybody seems to love. Never been a big fan, but for $1 I figured I'd give them a shot. Queen, The Game, 1980. And again, never been a big fan. Don't like that overproduced pop music, but I figured I'd give it a shot. Local Goodwill had, for a while now, they've had a lot of show tunes, movie soundtracks. I keep looking for something good. I keep going back. They're all in good condition, but not stuff I'm interested in. Finally, I found two that I popped on. First one was Last Tango in Paris, with music by, what is his name? Oh, Gato Barbieri plays all the music on it. So that's a great jazz album, and that's a great find. Another one, also in the show tunes, 9.5 Weeks. The reason I got this is that it has Devo, Joe Cocker, Stuart Copeland, the Eurythmics. I figure that's a great soundtrack for $1. Gotta love it. And then I went out today. Those were all that I got last week or so. Today I went out and just found some great stuff at the local Goodwill. These were $1. This is an early Jerry Mulligan. Big jazz fan, as you'll see as we go through the video here. This is presenting Jerry Mulligan on Mercury MRC Records. Great old label. This has got to be early 50s, early to mid 50s. Again, I got to clean all these records before I play them. This is a blind buy. I don't know what it was, but I thought it looked cool. Band called Rio Nido. I Like to Riff. Don't know much about them, but I saw they do a song called Minnie Moocher's Wedding Day. One of the guys on is Willie Murphy, who's a great piano player. And I figured, what the heck, for $1. My kind of thing to try. This one was a big surprise. I saw this, grabbed it because I love the guy. The best, the very best, of Dan Hicks and the Hot Licks. Hadn't seen this one, so I was sort of interested. Came home and looked it up on Discogs. Turns out it's a British pressing, and it cost me $1. And Discogs is showing it at $20. So I gotta love that. Then I went down to an antique mall, and there's a guy at this mall, maybe about a half hour away, and he always has good stuff, always clean stuff, and always $2, $3. And I go about once a month, and I always score big. Today was no exception. Again, the first one was a blind buy. I didn't know this guy, but for $2, I figured I'd give it a shot. Name is Louisiana Lightning, and the album is called Street Talk. Don't know anything about it. Slide guitar. Don't know any of the people on the album really, but when they said their moral support was Elmore Leonard, I figured it's got to be good. So for $2, I figured I'd give that a shot. Also there, soundtrack Alamo Bay, which was a movie. Ry Cooder did the music for it. This is a sealed copy, never opened. David Hidalgo, John Hyatt. For $2, how can you not try that out? I like that old time rock and roll. I don't have much of always looking for new stuff. And was able to find this. This is a German pressing. A Whole Lot of Lovin', Fats Domino. Does My Blue Heaven, I'm Walking, Whole Lot of Lovin', Walking to New Orleans. Blue Monday. German pressing, I think that's great for $2. Also, the Hollies' first album, really good condition. What's to say about that? This is a cool one. This one is another blind buy. I really like trying things I don't know. I saw this. It's called Just Us. I Can't Grow Peaches on a Cherry Tree. So that got my attention first off. I started looking at it. And when I look, the person on the album is Chip Taylor. I don't know if you know Chip Taylor, but Chip Taylor wrote Wild Thing. That was his big hit. He didn't sing it or play it, but he wrote it. Did some research. Turns out he's John Voight's brother, which I had no idea, which would make him Angela Joline's uncle. Haven't played it yet. But again, for $2, Chip Taylor, I figure that's got to be interesting. The rest are all jazz albums. I'm a big jazz hound. I love all that stuff. So most of these are $2 or $3. Most of them are $2. There's only one $3 record on here. I don't have any of this guy's stuff. Always look for it. Bobby Short loves Cole Porter. Double LP. Nice gatefold. Picture Cole Porter on the back. Next up, a little New Orleans Dixieland. Wilbur de Paris and his New Orleans Jazz, Over and Over Again on Atlantic Records. 1970. So I love that New Orleans Dixieland. You've heard of this guy, The Best of Ramsey Lewis on Cadet Records. What else can you say? You know, great stuff. Then they got two by the Modern Jazz Quartet. First one, I don't know the record particularly, but I love the cover, so I had to have it. The Sheriff. Modern Jazz Quartet. Milt Jackson, John Lewis, Percy Heath, Connie Kay on drums. 1964. Another MJQ. This one also on Atlantic. The Modern Jazz Quartet at Music Inn, which is in Massachusetts in the Berkshires there. Guest star, Sonny Rollins, also on Atlantic. That's a beautiful record. Love that too, so had to have it. A couple more. I told you I had a lot today. Did good. The Archives of Jazz, Volume 1, Lester Young. Obviously it's a reprint, but that doesn't matter to me. As long as it's Lester Young and it's in clean condition, I'll pop on that every day of the week. And last, but the really one I just went crazy for, the big three: Coleman Hawkins, Lester Young, and Ben Webster. Absolutely love those sax players. One of the best. Compilation, but a really nice one in really good condition. That was $3. Everything else was $2. So I went through them pretty quick, just to show you that if you have the time and the energy, you can get out there. You can find records well under $5. Hope you enjoyed the video. Keep looking for me. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. If I talk too fast, talk too slow, I'm too boring, you want more stories, let me know what you think. Okay? Great talking to you, and peace.